So I'm in the shower, so it's going to be foggy or whatever. Um, I'm gonna stay out of the picture frame, of course. But I wanted to do this video because I just kind of wanted to allow my thoughts to flow. Um, yeah, so I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about like how Ray used to call me, the tell me that I was like this generation's Moses. So I'm just kind of like hopping Moses' story through my mind, like all these many different ways, especially as connected to uh, the being and entity that was getting like so much credit for David being David, and just how that whole journey could have went, and then like even how my prayers were when I hit the Bible for my Bible lessons, and just how much I studied, and like for just how I was just saying earlier that David was definitely a favorite character because he was a favorite character, and I was just keep running back the line, and I'm like, okay, they love you for your heart, and then I'm taking it back because I'm like, I know I wrote somewhere one day just channeling about the heart. So now our men like, hey, like we are known to be some of the like most ruthless yet fairest of warriors. Like when we had a conquest, nigga, we did not leave the earth destroyed and damaged. Like, and if we did, we used that time to, and their resources and the resources gained to like try to restore and upright the balance from just my recollections. Like, she been on this, she been here, she been prospering, she been finding the balance. Like, we've been having the balance, and all of a sudden, like, all of a fucking sudden, oh, Tyler Perry be having the character, he be having the right set of fucking shit lined up for real, like, coming through here, like, the correct, I'm like, oh, how did you know? Like, all of a, what do you mean all of a sudden, Diane? All of a sudden, shit, I've been telling you this, like, I've been like that whole breakdown right there. Like, this is a sidebar, but why did I get married and why did I get married to? Oh, those two movies right there just tell like so many ways that you could just go off of people's lives individually and collectively, and woo. But like, I'm just thinking like that's exactly what came in. Like all of a sudden David been living his life, however, with the heart that he got, and like whatever is happening is causing him to just show a little bit more of it, to boss up to each situation, to man down on each situation, whatever it is, right? And I just gotta, as I was thinking, like, hey, you've been getting tested across the mark, and you've been failing, sir. Like, yeah, whoever they supposed to be representing, like whoever we supposed to be having all of this fucking good for that we can't see, like for real, like all this honoring and praise and worship and all of this, everything sacrificing that's been going into your bosom, like nigga, what do you even produce out? Like, you just gonna hold it all for yourself? Like, my, like, you seen they asses in the damn, like, you called his ass up. He said you called him up for a conversation on the mountain. You're away from everybody so that you could talk to him. And when you get back down to the crowd, you mad because they having a party? Because you ain't in on it? Because you ain't got... If you don't pipe down and have a scene, you want to throw a tantrum and throw the damn golden calf over and destroy it, like whatever the people had, that's what they decided that they wanted to do while they was waiting for further instructions for a life that you said was supposed to be better than what they left. And like, I don't know, you painted the picture, like you came and said it was such a big catastrophe, it was whatever, and shit started happening, and it was lining up with what you were saying and what was going on and all this other stuff, like. And so decidedly on who was correct and who wasn't, and what showed up and what popped out, everybody was running off damn initial responses and They like, all right, you know, it's done settled down. We done decided to boom, 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 and then like, okay, this looks like we going the right way. It looks like everything is together, and then like I hopped back to Moses, and I'm just like, so now they out here, and you went up there, like then you came down here and you threw a big fit, and I know that you did something back there with one of them families that I can't remember if they stole a treasure or like something got said out of pocket. Whatever it was, but like you took your authority and you wiped out the whole, like you had everybody stand up, like your hood in my hood, and like they clear because they my hood. Essentially, it felt like it. I can't remember all the details like of this particular story that went so much in detail or who family line it was. I almost want to say it was Lot's family line, but I don't know. Like, hey, y'all niggas pick a hat out, name out of a hat, and be like, God said this, so it's this, no matter what. So I think like his wife or something had like the a crown jewel or had a jewel, and I know that story seemed familiar, like back with Sarai, uh, that became Sarah because she had a name, right? So was she Sarai first and then changed to Sarah? Was I don't remember the order of appearance, but like name changes and identities. Everybody in the Bible got their name changed when shit started happening different. Like when it was time for a new journey. That they felt like you deserved to be like given a new name, a new identity. And it don't look like back then they had like all that paperwork or whatever. So just call me this now. And then you had like even Aaron, like his shit changed, and now he get to walk around in like colors, certain colors, and oh, they got real specific on what his color, like his clothing and stuff was supposed to look like, and his they started like making appointments and setting up time. They started setting up timetables immediately, like and who was gonna get worshipped and honored and who was gonna get bowed down to how many times. Like their customs and shit went all the way left immediately for no reason. Like the crew collectively came together and said this is what they being guided to do, like on a collective on this part of the land while they down there, like and they in the forest and the trees is talking to them, and it's like, all right, like let's get an idea how much gold we got amongst us, and we'll just build the calf, and then we can break shit off as we need to, and we'll be able to see how much it replenished. Like whatever it was that they wanted to have a timetable or how much damn valuables or minerals and currency that they had as they was gonna go to these distant lands that you was promising them, because they like, all right, well you got us this far, like we can pitch in and like it's gonna be a calf and like we can worship it through this way because we can see some shit like different, like because all that bloodshed and all that popped off between the, like it got to be some sacrifice. So like yeah, we tired of sacrificing our lives and all of that, like the earth and like, that's our life, like whatever, like replenish. Okay, well we can replenish like the mineral right here, this is what you got to work with upon the land. Like she said, like you can give me in this golden calf and you can however that come down, like you can take pieces of me when you traveling, like or whatever, like it's weighable, it's something tangible, it's something that like she's giving us to work with. Over here, like you split in the ocean and you showing up whatever y'all doing, that could be cool if she paying attention, but she like you running out of wishes, like you running out of wishes and running out of, all right, you done did, you popped your shit off, and so all right, so this is the best thing. Well, let's see what they gonna do. So Moses, what did I ask for coming from Moses? Oh, the meek shall inherit the earth. I did. And what else was Moses teaching that I was like, oh, need to pay attention to that? I definitely took note of like, all the shit that they put in that was so tedious that I found so boring. I had to go over and over and over because I knew it wouldn't really grasp a hold in my mind. Like I was like, okay, like I gotta study this, I gotta go study this over here, and like wherever I'm brought, like sometimes they should just brought to me, like you ain't gotta go that far, we want to talk to you anyway because you open. Look, this is what we got going on, and I'm just like, oh okay. So like I've been having court inside of court inside of court inside of court, and like whenever somebody decides, so Yeah, and since Aaron was popped off right there, what did I ask for him? What was whatever it was, but I followed the priesthood. Like, I mean, I did it all. Revelations 2, like, got a whole bunch of different other series and stories to touch me on Revelations and the beginning, because in this particular novel, I was like, oh my goodness, I was never introduced to, like, being prey, even though I am, like, they tell you all the time, like, hey, you want to go in with a cover, with protection if you don't want to have a baby, because from the beginning of interest, the moment that your sperm, your pre-cum or anything, like, your sperm touch a opponent that, like, he want to be a part of, then he gonna shoot the shit. Like, they always looking for a home. Yeah, that's saying they leave a pussy and come out of a pussy. Like, you in a pussy and you trying to get into a new pussy, and it's an endless cycle. And, like, the ones that's like the quickest and all of that are like life is supposed to automatically give your ass. It's like boom, boom, boom. Like, the shit is in balance because everybody decide that they want to do whatever they want to do, and if that's what it is, like, okay. And then, like, we already had natural shit put in place. Like, you just as babies out here, like, it's the cycle of life. If my life was to create this baby and somebody gonna come along and love it and give it the life it was supposed to have, then there's no damn no foul, no nothing. Like, I did what I was supposed to do, or I didn't. Like, and I did over here. And, like, we are we just got so to this place of control and manipulation and pre-planning and, like, all that shit, when it's the environment is what it is, and it's gonna work out the most conducive fucking timeline. Like, niggas don't want to hear that. Like, hey, if y'all creating environments where the girl is like, no thank you, I'm gonna put it back wherever I can to the best of my ability, like, that I can handle. And, like, if it's over here, I can imagine that somebody went and paid, like, went and grabbed it, and I can give it a nice home, because whatever it's gonna have over here is a no thank you. Like, no thank you, no thank you, no thank you. No thank you. And that's not, like, just on them two people. That's just, like, yeah, that's her individual responsibility and his individual responsibility, and whatever is leading them, whether it's they fucking DNA, they through their genitals, through their fucking mind, through their damn sense of smell or touch. Like, everything turns us on differently. Everything fucking, whoo, lights our ignition and the turn of a key, like, different. It's a different body for a different body, and different bodies like different bodies. Like, the way that, like, I kind of had tapped out into, like, I mean, when I'm connected to a man, like, certain things just open up for me, just for me, not even him, even though it's possibly on getting to know him, but I ain't really about to shoot the shit too much out of my direction. Like, when it came to cars, I love cars how they like them. Like, with most things, I could figure out how to take it down and put it back apart, or, like, shit, I can just figure out when it do break down, like, what's the way to get it back up and running, and, like, the best way and the most feasible way and the cost effective way. And, like, I don't know, like, since they gave it to me in this color, is this the time and the budget where I want, like, that's important to me, or any of that? Like, and a long time ago, I essentially decided that, like, oh, that shit had to be connected to a number, a budget. It was gonna be, and even in the end, like, if I gotta spend anything on it, that shit gotta be able to get me back and forth, and I gotta like it. Hell yeah, I gotta like it. Like, and I used to love shit. I used to have, like, what was it, a 79 Cutlass? 76 Cutlass? Or was it a 7? I don't remember. Like, a old school Cutlass. And back then, I was gonna get it, like, candy painted. And it was gonna be my car. It was gonna be a boy. And it was gonna be a girl. Like, the same thing anytime I thought about getting my bike. Like, at first, I wanted a crotch rocket. Like, I was like, oh, I'm about to be on the streets like this, but Cleveland streets so fucked up, and, like, I'm like, no, not like that. But then I'm like, well, I guess it's time for me to bring out a Harley. Like, oh, let me see what else is over there. So I, like, bounce the market around for, like, anything I'm interested in. If it's boats, like, and all I do is take a right soul mate, and, like, Racine and Marcus was, like, the perfect the perfect crew. Like, we was always trying out new things and shit. Paris at noon for food. I'm gonna try that shit out, even though I heard that it's overrated. And I ain't really got to go to Paris or anything. Like, I want to go Italy for the food because they say that's where the true Italian food comes from. It's Italy. So like, I'm like, all right, if they got grandmas, then. And before, I didn't even think about like the how fucking woo, like how colorful it can get. Cause I'm like, all right, well they say they doing that over there, and that's where like, and that's where I need to go at least for that. Like, all that other shit people be popping about, I'll be like, that garbage? Like, eh. I've had better. I've had better. I ain't even gotta go for myself to know I've had better, even though I know with my little traveling ass, I done been there and like up on the top floor. Like, I forgot about that. I don't even remember who I was with or nothing. And I was like, this what we doing? Like, I did this in Vegas. It's just supposed to be bigger. Like, Vegas was like, okay, if you can't get over there, we got you over here. Like, you can stay your asses here and spend money. An hour shit instead of taking it all the way over there all the time. And I'm like, yeah, I guess y'all ain't do no what? Please, like, no, because is the rest of that part of Paris too? Like, I guess, but one thing I did like about Vegas was that each hotel was like relative to where they fucking were inspired from. And I thought that shit was a whole lot of waste of resources and time and all kind of shit. Like, look what's happening around you. And I guess y'all can figure out like the water issue and like all of this shit that like I'm watching and it's like, oh, your tank is held by this, and like, do they really gotta be in here like for y'all entertainment and purpose when like if you just gave niggas a break and figured out like rolling schedules that we can fucking dock for so long, like at a time, like you get over here when you get over here, not like try that shit next season. There's other places to go. Like, see where the fuck your heart is taking you, and maybe like you get to see some of the shit that's like so promoted to be so awesome. That I mean, I don't, for me, whatever, like, what's they promoting to be awesome? The museums, all the places where, like, they done collectively got together and stole shit and, like, tempting us to go look at it or discover some more shit that they want to dug up in places where they ain't get, like, solid permission from anybody and decided, like, oh, this looks good, I can fucking make a killing off of this. Like, I went through the native grounds and all the shit that was touching my head and spirit and everything while I was sitting over there and trying to be respectful of all the rules they had in place. Because I'm like, well, I'm assuming that somehow they working with a native, local few tribes and like just maybe if they honoring this place so special, they're like, that's who in charge of it, and they using this to like get monies into their communities because, well, that's the only reason that you should be fucking letting people know that they damn where their ancestors is buried, so y'all niggas can come and touch some more shit. Like, no, there's got to be a reason. So I was sitting there trying to figure out like, why is this all the reason? And I'm here, like maybe I'm the reason, so they can come to me and. It actually came, I think that one was Kara's idea. Like, I was ready to take a road trip. I think, like, I'm assuming, I think this time she came up with it. Or I think I was getting antsy, or I don't even know. I don't know, like, when I got a road trip, I try to be, when I want to hit the road, I try to be real careful with planning who going with me and where and how and, like, I try to be real careful with the guest list, not just for me, but for me, because everybody else is going to balance it out. Like, just because of the nature of who I am. Like, I want everybody to have a good time. And, like, yeah, that means me. I want me to have a good time. I want me to have a great time. So everybody else got to have a great time. And, like, I'm usually pretty uncomplicated. Like, I want to run this bitch in droves and have fun. Like, whatever we call over here, this environment, that I want to do it on another side. Like, all the best fun I've been having been over there. Like, everything that's been getting me back into a kid. Like, jet skiing, waterboarding, paddleboarding, on my way to surfing, like wave surfing with the intention of like getting up on the board and learning how to surf and like um and then like even my four wheelers like oh what like having hitting the four wheeler on the damn beach on the sand or on in like the fort and like oh and then having it like man just seeing the workout and the work I'm like I can do this across the world like where the fuck is my people where is my damn bag like and I know some of the shit that may pop off like these niggas is playing grimy like they trying to still play in the wild wild west like they be setting the markup so far back in the distance that y'all be setting up like back there and I guess it's on purpose for some of them, but I'm like, all right, let me cut the time gap on, cause like the more I stay in here, it's like I don't know how much more time y'all want me to go through. Like, nigga, I done went back through so many shits, and it just remind me of like how I've always been going back in so many shits for so long. Like, hell yeah, my ass get activated everywhere, and so going back to the beginning where I'm like, okay, like I was reflecting on like David's heart and what it meant to me, and then like even like I wrote something years ago about like the heart of a black man, the heart of like Jesus, and being a black man, or like something about like us. And I was trying to find the paper, just like I channeled something about like, I mean I've been channeling like all kind of stuff that's not specific to like being here in this realm, and I'm just like, all right, it's cool. Like now what? Like because I'm like, oh, it was like well, David was also testing God through them. Like if I come to you and tell you that like a fellow soldier need to get taken out, what you gonna do about it? Like blind faith, you just got faith. Like and how did you find out when? Like how did you feel if you found out that like it was caused over here? Did you like what culture were you in? What were we touched on? What was we agreeing with? Like did we agree that like a man wanting another man's wife have to lead to him losing his life? Like if she wanted him back, or especially if she wanted him back, like a mutual exchange and relationship. Did that shit have to go all the way down that way? Could it have just been like something different? And that's why that shit came back so rough. Like, okay. Okay. That's what you wanted to play. And I ain't even ran down her line too much on my own this time, because whatever it is, depending on whatever history y'all pretending, like, shit, it's me. Like, I wouldn't have never ordered no hit on nobody of mine, like, that I voluntarily decided to be with and care about and love or whatever. Unless, like, it was needed. But it don't say that she spoke with him. But they might have. Shit, who the fuck knows all the shit we've been able to do. That we don't, because, like, we forgot we was the cool kids, or, like, so many of us lost being cool. I don't fucking know. But yeah, so it's just like, oh, like, everybody was getting judged every step of the way, and, like, when it came to the women, I think I asked for, like, what was it that, like, what did everybody have a, why was Ruth so, damn, why was Ruth and, like, yeah, they mother-daughter relationship was amped up, and all that other shit, like, all that was meant something special, like, So I'm pretty sure I know I slipped through it, and I was like, okay, this Proverbs 31, like all that, and then I was like, well, I mean, yeah, if I was living back there, of course I'm gonna get up because like I'm gonna get up, but I ain't living back there no more, and I ain't about to get up. Like that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense for me to be up at that time unless I'm just up at that time and going to go out and toil and work. Like ain't nobody gonna assign me a time to go. Like when did the introduction of that being the time? For everybody across the board, nigga, that's what time the land was calling to her. Like to get up and go and run out. Like that's what time like her animals and her land and her like that's what time they decided to get up for them individually and collectively, and it didn't always have to be like a collective thing just because the individual came up. Usually your counterpart will fucking end up stumbling along in the kitchen or in the damn barn or whatever, and you won't have to worry about no nasty trifling unkept unbroke niggas. Like no matter where you want, however you want to fit them. Like if you stumble on somebody's land and you decide this is probably not, it might not, may or may not be safe to like come in, and you decide to pop a seat in anywhere, like don't you want to leave a note and say you there first? Don't you want to like you not be trying to fucking hurt nobody, like cause harm? Like y'all niggas be going to like some of the remote places talking about, oh now it's mine, now I'm supposed to kill you. What the fuck do you mean? What? Well, alright, if it's time for niggas to go cause they fucking cover blown their time over too, like that's different, okay. But like you not over here and there's no evidence of you being over here, and like all of a sudden you over here and you coming in with like foreign ass objects and weaponry and like creating chaos in our immediate systems, and then instead of like apologizing and trying to correct like all the fucking wrong and all the fucked up damage and shit that your ancestors did, like, or your people, because I hate giving y'all word, y'all, I hate giving the word ancestors. Like, I'll be like, what's the different word? Like, I don't know what y'all got, but ancestors, no, y'all can't, switch, no, y'all keep that shit always trying to. And I just start. I'm like, they ancestor. Who the fuck? What? They got ancestors. That shit don't resonate with me. That's the term that they should be using. I'ma click the remote. I'ma shut that shit off quick. I don't ancestor. How? I ain't never heard one of them use that word except for a couple years ago. No, ma'am. No fucking thank you. No good goddamn hell no. Dad, the first time that shit caused me to twitch my damn what? Nose and distaste and confusion and distrust. Like, why that who that no, y'all figure out whatever the fuck else y'all want to call yourselves that's relative to the truth. And all y'all nasty niggas who let them come in and like fuck you down so good that you forgot how to damn be a warrior, a provider, and a protect. What? Y'all let niggas come in the block and tell y'all that y'all can't do anything to protect y'all people without them carting you off. So carting off. How many damn times did we say okay to that shit before they decided that was all like, who agreed? Oh, just, man, please. Please, what type of fucking stock y'all come from? What type of degenerate ass teaching? Oh, nigga, like teaching me about love. Like, love, that shit come natural. And if it's a balance, that shit come real balanced. Like, y'all, God. I can't even figure out how many generations that was even a thing. Like, what the fuck? How many generations did it last outside of like the first you tricked me and we gonna stand on our word? Because like, and observe some shit. Like, Cause if y'all saying they was cool first and then like another breed of them came over and the shit wasn't immediately cool, then like shit was not immediately cool. Like it wasn't cool no more. Everybody can go. Like, cause what? We ain't have like collective town meetings then, like, but that can't be true. Cause like, oh my gosh, what practices the niggas decide to keep and throw away? Like, we not gonna keep like the fight in our blood. We gonna fucking keep down for shit. Like the pig chew. My bad. The pig shit at that. Y'all wasn't supposed to see me. I hope that was quick. I'm glad I was covered up a little bit. But like intestines, we gonna fight to consume. Consume whatever we can out the fucking nosebleed. Like consume. And I get why like some people need to consume some things. It's supposed to make you feel better. These times is fucking predicated on harsh. Like y'all predate the damn paper of fucking struggle. Like I'm gonna struggle this way, back here, over there. Like for 20 years. Excuse me? For 20 more years. Who you mean 20 more? What? Oh my, I'm having a conversation with some women and they like, oh yeah, but they want to go up. Like I've been in and we've been on each other for quite some time. Like y'all kids is grown and y'all was okay. And what you mean they somebody you gotta work for 20 some more years, nigga? You've been all that shit count. Like nigga, they said 20 years back then, 20, 25, okay, like, so then they started saying 30, and then they just work. Like, if y'all ain't gonna put no cap on it, we ain't gonna put no cap on it. I'm like, I guess I can't be mad, because some niggas is like, whatever y'all willing to give us, we gonna take. Like, go over there and raise them cattle that I can sell you in the store for way more. Because if this is gonna be the way we running the board, if it's gonna keep going around, nigga, even they Monopoly board got fucking jail on it, like community jail, and we just be like, I'm like, I got that game, I ain't played it in a minute, like, so they telling you to get out of jail, but like, you looking like, ooh, let me get this money and get out of jail, and it's just like, or collectively you could decide like, fuck that money, like, all over, because when I be thinking, I be like, so if like, all of us actually stood up, like, over in this percentage, because I keep hearing about the 1% and then the top 6% or whatever. Like, alright, just the 90, what, they saying like the 92% is, alright, so the 92%, fuck it. We always so gracious about a motherfucker having a mic and speaking about the shit that's fucked up that ain't nobody really gonna help and do nothing about. Like, hey, whatever they saying. And then, like, y'all get mad at the person right along with them. Like, look at me and Kanye was talking across the music. How y'all gonna get mad at, like, oh my gosh, like, y'all think that's what he need from, like, all of y'all? Like, y'all niggas saw a dog with a bone and went and attacked, and it be like, I mean, I guess not me, but like, y'all thought I meant to like tear the man down or in my honor? Like, y'all be taking some shit that a black man will say to another black man, like, across music, across a record, across any goddamn platform, like, hey, I might not be able to pick up the phone, or maybe I can, or like, and it could just be a message to anybody, or it could be a message to you, because like, I done had times in they beef where I'm just like, well, the quote-unquote Kendrick and the quote-unquote Drake beef, and I be like, at what point did somebody decide that, like, you was talking about him and that it had to happen? Because, like, when people talk about, like, shit that have, like, it's so many songs in, I'm like, y'all really been singing each other lullabies across, like, so many songs and songs and songs and songs and records and, like, or maybe they was talking about some other shit, and then, like, niggas just started running the gamut. And then I was just thinking, like, regardless whether it's Drake or Kendrick, because like, to be all the way honest, I wasn't paying attention to either one of them, their music at this point in time, like in my life before this shit was brought up to my attention. And I'm just like, would not like that, like not them. Like I've been running music through Ovo, which I guess I didn't pay attention to. I ain't paid attention to at all, but they got nice sound. Like they got good artists over there. So my music switched up. I'm gonna go back to where the shit sounded great. Yeah, and I be like trying to be fair and share them, and I also be wanting to keep that shit to myself. Sometimes I be looking at their followers like, oh, I think they got enough to sustain wherever they at on my end. Like, no, I don't want everybody touching their shit. Cause then other shit be happening, and they're no, but then the music be changing. Like, I can be okay with just like, yeah, I don't gotta share them. Not right now. I'll share them later. Like, they can get them later. That's how I be with my music. So like, I was just like, when I first was hearing it or when shit, I'm like, okay, like this got brought to me personally, so it must be important. Like, and I'm trying to keep up with the lyrics and shit, and I'm like, okay, I guess like he talking shit about his mama and his daddy, and like I don't know nothing about their family matters or none of this shit, or he is either. And I'm listening, I'm like, oh, okay, like whatever I say, boom. And then I had to go look at the lyrics later, like, and read them on both. And then I'm like, so I must be missing some shit, like, oh, I ain't doing that, like, don't mean like, what's the beef over? Like, no matter what, I knew why Pac was mad. And even when I think when it came to Nas and Jay, that was like actually from the collective, like, and what I grabbed onto was like, hey, that was that and that. Like, and usually when it comes to the women, it's catty shit. Like, I don't got no time for none of that. Because, like, none of it don't have to exist. Nigga, if you want to talk about your pussy, you want to talk about your pussy. If you want to talk about this, and then Cardi told y'all exactly what it was when she said what it was. Like, nigga, I make music talking about other shit. Or I go pop out and do other shit. And y'all niggas get, like, real disrespectful, like real out of pocket. So fuck it, I can talk about this because like there's some other stuff that I want to do, at least for me and mine. Like how y'all get mad because like she trying to run fucking gang, like she trying to be a fucking woman as soft as possible and still be who she is. Like I don't know. So I popped her CD so much. It was a CD. I had her song. I had her shit so much playing back then. Like I was like, I liked it. Like, because when we start talking about who can sing, who can't sing, nigga, music is a personal journey. Like, and if you smart, you gonna use the music to get close to, like, your roots, your real roots. Not calling them other niggas out the way. Like, whatever it is that touch your soul. Period. And some of that shit, like, for me personally, it just started getting, like, I'll be looking at black, like black, because even if it come from there, it's probably related to somewhere back there, because everybody want to keep telling me about how much we took care of y'all, like that breast milk and shit. They had to come through somewhere down there, like it had to be fucking like honored and revered and cherished or something. Like one of them little niggas had to turn and look at us with love and affection and admiration, because I'm looking around, I'm like, you ain't gonna tell me my milk fucking not right. Like, nigga, please, my milk is sufficient. My shit is sufficient. And you mean to tell me that, like, we have been weaning them babies off our titties, weaning our babies off our titties, and instead of them bucking up with each other for the fact that, like, my mama had to share if she didn't want to, like, regardless, like, y'all decided that, like, y'all wanted to go make love to them and fucking whisper sweet healing words in their ear and give them babies that you gonna fucking gift in abundance, and like what and for any of y'all ones over there like that be talking about y'all gonna be the cycle breakers, like I don't even care that I don't be caring that anybody likes their counterpart. Like it was created for you, so go have it. But when y'all start stepping outside the line and just like what's the reality? Are you confused about us or are you not? Are you like down for us or are you not? Like I don't gotta give a fucking flying fuck about going over to another race of nigga. Like What? Is that nigga fucking pulling up war on me, for me? Like, is he shutting down shit for me on any side of the neighborhood? And at some point, that shit looked like a difference. And at some point, y'all decided that, like, they shit was more valuable than ours. However, you want to run the farm. Like, nigga, no matter what rules they put in place, ain't nobody collectively say, like, nigga, we ain't got to listen to you. Like, we ain't got to listen to you either. All that fucking mental power, all that fucking thought, all that free thought, all that shit. Like, and I guess it's like, well, are they sacrificing theirs? I guess they sacrifice theirs, just they sacrifice theirs too. Like, I don't know if it's supposed to be a prize for, like, y'all being shitty to the world, like, on both sides. Cause why the fuck, like, I have to get like this? Like, oh my gosh. What is my life supposed to be like here? And it don't matter if it's gonna get better. I mean, it does. Don't get me wrong. And also, like, why the fuck did anybody think that was the fucking good starting point? Why y'all supposed to, like, be treated so fucking proudly and fairly and excellently because of, like, y'all niggas decided that, like, I can stay down here for so long. Like, I'm like, it took this long for jokers to catch up, like, or is it like, I'm late, they caught up, I'm late, and because, like, so what is it? What the fuck is it? Because essentially, like, all of this been buried inside already. Just waiting on, I guess, the right prompts. And as I'm looking at the right prompts, I'm like, well, it looks like, for whatever reason, Malcolm was chosen to be the right prompt. Like, even, like, I ain't about to worry about whatever timeline they putting out there, time and shit, because, like, nigga, I don't really care. But, like, whatever storyline he is at this point, like, I'll be feeling like, no matter what, like, everybody be needing to be fucking investigated. Like, who was the true leaders? Who was the true leader? Because are we just saying, like, hey, we gonna go over here and let them treat us any kind of fucking way, like, and support us so that my fucking kids can eat at their school, like, and I kind of get, like, a certain, like, I get it on one level if that's how we would have fucking pipe down on shit. Like, nigga, y'all stay the fuck over here then. Like, y'all don't go beyond this line. Like, we let niggas be bullies to us. That don't sound feasible. That don't sound, like, plausible. That don't sound beneficial. That don't sound nothing. When it comes to business or anything, like, who giving y'all niggas business degrees? Who fucking, what? That's a fucking disrespect. That's a disrespect. Who fucking couldn't stand up to their goddamn master of self or outside force for one fucking, for themselves or for any, of course, if you couldn't be strong enough for yourself to fucking walk up, if some fucking conversations was taking place of you fucking betraying your brother or know how to go back to your brother and, like, make sure he protect, get the fuck out of here. Like, if there would have ever been a moment in time to where you was part of the plot, if that shit didn't include, like, getting motherfuckers out the way. Because I was sitting, that's what made me originally press play, because, like, as I was thinking about David and having a heart after David and just, like, uh, the meekness that I asked for when it came to Moses and other shit, like everything that I, no matter what, Solomon, wisdom, shoot, whoever I crossed paths with, like whatever it was that was being pulled on me to say, like at each time that I read it, because everything always got more. But I was thinking about that, and then I thought about Moses, Harriet, and like she was talking to me again the other day. Like, yeah, they want us in bondage, baby. Like, they get off on having us underneath their feet. Why they talk shit and make stories about it and keep us here, like they want us here, not just them, both of them. And I'm just like, I don't understand like how anything can be created that want me underneath their feet. And even when she showed me like, is it ever about us? When they damn decide to like fucking open the gate, do they look around the fucking environment and say like, oh, I might not want to open the gate here. Let me slow down. Let me be a little responsible. Let me try to figure out like what I can do to make sure that like none of my shit come out. No, it just be fully just like let me nut, right? Like, oh, there go another hole. Let me fucking go from that one to that one and see if I can duplicate myself to come out. Like, nigga, you want to stop right here? Like, you right here, and you feel like this, you done did enough of a job right here, but like, you want to create another you. Okay. And even when it comes to like, the white woman getting them, I ain't, whatever, like, if that's what she's supposed to have, and whatever else, and then I know it'll be like other cultures and shit, like, I grew up around it, like, shit, that shit was one of the first memories that I had, being reminded of like, when I was 16, working at the corner store, 16, 17. I think I started over there, well, whenever, I just say 16, because it wasn't there, then they built it. And the first family that owned it was shit, I'm going to say they was from the Middle East, but I really don't know. They might, I don't know where they were from, but I was working for them, and the young man had fallen in love. It was a father, a wife. He had an older son, like a couple years. Like he was around the same age, or he was a couple years older than me. He had some younger kids. And I think his oldest son had a different mom. And like the wife that he was with wasn't his mom. It was like the stepmom. But his mom was over wherever they from. Like Pakistan, I don't know. But I definitely felt some yeah, I felt a lot of energy in the beginning. Like I heard a lot. So anywho, Arabic, cause Arabian, I'm gonna say Arabian. They were from the lands of Arabia at some point, and he had fallen in love with a black woman, with a young black woman. I'm assuming, like, and everybody knew. I mean, the father used to pop his shit. I worked in there with another woman that was a little bit older than me, and and so like we were both black. She was I think she was biracial, or she could have just been like, I don't know. I didn't really think too much of it. And he like when his son fell in love with a girl, like he was betrothed at home. And for me, I was like, yeah, I get it. Like I understand arranged marriages, and I definitely think they have a place. I definitely think there's a lot of positivity to it. I've said that forever, even before I started walking the Hebrew walk, and I'm finding out like it even more. But I wasn't opposed to it. I was very aware of it because I mean, shit, I've been a reader forever and tapped into different cultures and going to the Amish, and you know, like I've been breaking bread with the Amish as a kid. We used to go to the Amish country even as in elementary school. Just like I used to go on bus trips up to Canada since elementary school. And well, I think most of the time we did the Canada trips with the church. So what was I saying? Rewind just a little bit. Let me go back. So boom, that we're talking about. So Harriet, she just like they try to come in one hole and they don't like to pay attention and look around and see if it's safe or if they provided like any particular like anything, and it's different from like being fun and flirty and like hey, and it's different from like what's your intent as a man when you enter inside this womb, like what you doing, and they don't even pay attention down there. So do you really think that they paying attention to us and our well-being up here, like life after lifetime after time? Not enough, like not enough. And they want to put the damn reason why on anybody except for their own fucking failures and flaws. Like, why are you so concerned about the however many percent that marry outside, like, and procreate outside? Like, so what if that's what they doing? Like, for me, it just was like, boom, whatever. Like, I ain't care about that shit. And when I'm looking, like a lot of the women around me that do, I can understand why I gotta walk that line right now too. Like, and it make real good sense. I can feel the anger. I can feel it. Like, I've kind of been dodging it for a minute, and I can see it. Like, why it wasn't really a thing for me. Why is it a thing for me? And even back then, knowing that like I didn't agree with the whole thing, for me anyway, like, no, like I prefer it to be the way that like it was created, especially until we get back into our power. Like, what? Why we steady giving pieces of our fucking power away, like, and taking it over there for them to keep fucking that shit don't that shit seems stupid. It's just going ahead and like investing in like them and like divesting from us and investing in them like repeatedly, like what? What? And when people say like it's self-paid, it's self-paid, I get an idea, like kind of, but like nah, completely, because I don't hate none of y'all, like, well, I never have before, like, no matter what. I mean, I hate them. I hate the ones that do me wrong. And now I'm looking around, I'm like, oh, well, like, who really been doing right? And then y'all be having the audacity to want to blame the kids. Like, y'all niggas is weak as fuck. Just like, it's just like the baton keep getting passed down. Like, y'all niggas blew all that money. Y'all blew all that power. Y'all blew all that prestige and all that fucking network, all that net worth, every goddamn step of the board. Y'all blew that shit on fucking what? Destroying my goddamn natural world. Essentially, like, helping them to destroy my natural world. So they invented fucking paper dollars and you niggas went crazy. Like, oh my god, recycle. Hell no, y'all can't get recycling done down here because y'all can't fucking get it right up there out. Recycle. Yeah, they just make that shit up for fun most places because, like, recycle what? How? How we gonna recycle anything when y'all niggas can't stop production to allow us to fucking pull some shit out? You think there's a lot of people doing these jobs, like sorting through the damn dumpsters and land mass and everything? Like, and even when I get shown, like, nigga, I can't do shit about that by myself, and it look like, and all I can do is feel bad about it. Like, who am I supposed to be? Like, and go talk to niggas that already know what the fuck is that nigga mouthpiece for what? Like, some niggas was kicking at me at work. Who the fuck needs another mouthpiece? Like, nigga, I don't want no fucking mouthpiece. I want some goddamn cash. Actually, fuck that, because that shit is going downhill quick. Like I've been saying forever, we can't never really get no damn pickup. Like, and not even thinking that I just gotta fucking be aware of every goddamn thing. Like, shit. And I'm like, so when you have this moment of just how, like, or the reason why your ass stopped at the damn rabbit hole down in when I was already in the goddamn nigga, I stopped at the rabbit hole. I was already there. I was already in it. I was probably by the other side. I was just like, you know what? This shit is deep enough. This shit got, I'm gonna pop up wherever the fuck my head. I can't even go backwards, but wherever I'm at, I'll pop up in the new century of this. Like, what? And I started popping through centuries. Like, shit, all kind of shit happened on the dark web, on the dark side of shit. And whenever it come through, I'm gonna just like, okay, I'm gonna study that shit. Like, ask like, oh, what are the actual drugs that we should be partaking in as a probably a people? And I know we all different, and some of y'all gonna want to tap into other shit just because. So I guess I'm gonna run the gamut for me. Like, if y'all want to trust that shit, something that say acid, no thank you. Like, I don't give a fuck what the benefits is. I'm pretty sure I can do that over here somewhere. Like, cocaine? No, the only thing I need to do is package that shit up and send it back over to their ass. Like, yeah, why the fuck they get to come over here and make us sick and we buy up this shit like no tomorrow? Like, we welcome their ass in. We welcome their ass in. And when they say, like, the only thing open around here is, like, legs and hospitals, like, hotels and hospital legs. And I'm at 2 in the morning, I'd be like, for what, though? Like, when I can go on the other side of the world and, like, life is happening because, like, this is when the world decided to wake up and play. And if it's because the weather, Noel, like, shit, they wake up like, oh, my gosh, walking in synagogue with my niece, like, the damn nighttime, like, for me, was, like, so perfect. And the only thing that I was, like, weary of, for real, was, like, being new to the area, being very aware that, like, we are foreigners on the land. Like, we not familiar here. It's not familiar to us either, even though if it is, like, the people, the places is, like, familiar. Like, hey, where my help come from? Because I had a sister that was helping us, like, be allowed to be in there by allowing us in her house. And I'm like, okay, like, here is my thank you. Like, here is my thank you, thank you, thank you. And just making sure I'm being culturally appropriate on both ends about it. So, I don't know, because when I'm like, and then like when she mentioned, I'm like, so I was asking for a heart after you, but I was reading this, so, okay, bring it up closer. And she's like, and I was looking at my heart from back there, like, oh, they gonna run this shit. Okay, like, if they gonna run it, this the type of, like, let me watch, let me see what the fuck they gave me on assignment, like, what, y'all ain't got no special abilities and talents, y'all don't know how to do multiple things at once, y'all don't know how to, like, what the fuck is y'all niggas eating, like, they feeding us the same shit, right? Cause how the fuck I'm the only one that can be this close to the shit to, like, to save everybody, nigga. All this shit they put us through as women simply because we more open, like, and not giving a fuck when you just have given birth in your own household. Like, hey, whatever y'all created in this shit, they got it burning. It's gonna burn, burn, burn. Cause, nigga, y'all sending me over there. Y'all sending my women over there. Like, nigga, y'all just got opened up for business on the other side. Like, what the fuck? My girl was like, she didn't think they sent us overseas, and I'm like, I heard that. I'm thinking like I heard that before. I ain't know if I trusted it. Like, I ain't think I trusted that because they kept saying, like, even the basic training that we was going over. But I think if you grow up hearing one thing, I don't trust nobody. Like, we gonna see when we get there because I can only do what I can do when that shit is in front of me for real. So we gonna have to wait until we see up. They seem like, no, I seen them trying to make that move. Wait, I am not participating in that. I'm not participating in that. You don't make me feel safe enough over here. If I'm not going over there, no thank you. Try again. And like, I ain't know if it was gonna get heard or listened to on the other side. I was talking to me. Like I was aware of the repercussions and I was just like, that's one shit they gonna have to hit me with. Like, oh well, I'll figure it out. I'll have to. But you ain't about to put my life in more danger than it's already been in. And if anybody felt the same way, that shit was mutual. Like, I'm glad the feeling is mutual. Glad the fucking feeling is mutual. And everywhere I got stationed was in the States. And I honor how how much I looked up on that. Hell yeah. And they've been damn noticing that a lot of people be having a lot of shit to say that ain't have to step outside they damn front yard for any damn thing or step outside their mama dress for any damn thing. Underneath her skirt or their grandmama's hood or whatever. People be having a lot to say and I let them say it. But I mean, what else? They wear words. Say their words, which means bring me back to like y'all been letting a lot of niggas give y'all a lot of words, a lot of different ways. Oh my gosh, they've been fucking y'all from Sunday to Sunday, like Sunday to Sunday. Is that why y'all scared to step outside the box? Cause you don't know if like you gonna know what to do for yourself. I can see that being an issue for somebody. Like, I don't know. If they know, I mean, yeah, people are like that. Like, people need to be told what to do, no matter what. Or they need, like, at least some people, like, hey, strict routines. Some people, you can loosen it up. Like, yeah, I need to be the person up there again. But just by doing whatever the fuck I want to do. Like, y'all figure it out on y'all own. So like I was thinking about, well, as my mind was going here, let me see, Harriet popped up, she did. And I know she said some more stuff, but I can't even really recall that enough to focus on it completely right now. Like, thanks girl. And there was something else that she was like, somebody else was coming through with a message, which is why I pressed record. Or something else was coming through. On like how this like I've been like bending the time so many times just from me being so open right now. And I'm like, okay. Okay, like okay. So I'm back to square one. Like Brian McKnight's back at one. Like I did all that and I'm still back here. Which is why like I don't never do all that. Even if I would have like that's probably why I didn't do all none of that back then. Because it's just simply like, hey, I will do it myself until I can't. Like no matter what, I can do it myself until I can't. I can do it myself until I can't. I can do it myself until I can't. Like I can do it myself. I can do it myself. I can do it myself. But it ain't never no I can't for real. It's always, oh, okay, I'm doing it. I'm here. I'm doing it. Look at me. Look at me all moving in solitude and fucking silence again. Look at me observing my surroundings while I try to say the fuck out of everybody else's shit that they talking about that don't really fucking mean anything to me or is so unnecessary. Like, y'all gonna keep repeating the same bullshit. Y'all gonna keep arguing about the same shit. Like, okay, I guess, like, everybody got a privilege. Mine is right here. And hell yeah, I'm thankful for all my little privileges that I have in this damn space of time. Well, now I be like, alright, y'all can fucking go back to cutting the cord like I asked forever ago, for real. Then it's like, oh, don't want to get up, give up, don't, nigga, I've been breadcrumbing myself long enough, I ain't need no help. Like, I've been breadcrumbing me to the finish line so long. Like, in order to get what we need, we got to just break down all the shit that they done threw at us and find out who we authentically are. Like, authentically natural, homegrown, no matter what we can at whatever stage, okay? Like, because we gonna have to, it's gonna be some time to get rid of all that shit. Like, I don't know how far on top we gonna be able to land after all this shit. Like, we so far from where we were supposed to be at. Oh my fucking goodness. Like, I don't even know how you fucking, damn, like, they done added new roadways and new stops and schedule. Like, they invented time. They invented that shit as if they started putting boundaries and barriers and schedules and shit into place so quick. Like, ain't no way y'all can remember how to get back home, like, on the humble. And, like, making y'all the barriers. Like, you mad because your fucking sister over here. Why? Because she was born over there? This shit is ours. Like, it's all ours. All. And even when I was hearing about all this shit that was happening, like, y'all fighting each other? Like, when you talk about xenophobia and stuff, like, no. What? You don't do that. Like, so we ain't supposed to get no rest nowhere? Like, nowhere on the land that is ours? Ours. You mean to tell me during COVID I saw China, like, putting hands on, like, the Nigerians and, like, South Africa, like, they was just mishandling, like, black, the fucking skin color of black so disrespectfully during COVID, like, and all that I was adding up, like, y'all niggas can't get in, like, let them, like, keep them niggas outside of their own shit, like, alright, stay your ass over there. All the misinformation that they had coming across my land, that was all fucking lies, like, my ass was following all of the shits, like, nigga, fuck your lies and this information. And I'ma just, like, what am I supposed to do after that? Because y'all only listen to who y'all listen to when y'all ride. Y'all be riding hard for y'all men, like, no matter what, no matter how fucking right and wrong they are. Like, and the way y'all be listening, like, how you gonna go on their show and tell them, like, what to think about their people? Then they gonna think they superior, they gonna tell their babies that, and they gonna keep telling their babies that, like, they can trash y'all asses and scoop y'all down to the ground, like, what? And what I was saying before about the kids, like, yeah, like, ain't none of y'all came to decide that, like, black women have, like, we are the earth. We are the earth's core. We are the earth's ground. We are the center. We are the fruit. We are the all of it. We are the vine. We are the heartbeat. We the blood. We the brain. We the fucking side. We the side dish. We the entree. Like, we the fucking builder. We the goddamn electrician. We the lights. We the dark. Nigga, it is us. So how dare y'all not rise up together and protect any of us? Like, any of us? You crazy. And then even in that, it'd be like, where's the right one? Where's the one that's like, I don't be caring about some of y'all mamas and shit. Like, even though as a woman, I gotta care. And then as a woman, I'm like, if it's a problem, it is a fucking problem from the beginning. And sometimes it can be worked out. People be like, oh, I'm wait, I'm hold on. Like, hold on now. Now what? Now they this big and they this grown. And like, what? Now what? Oh, they just gonna go out into the world and be somebody else's fucking problem and headache. Just, we don't have no honor with each other based off of like what our fucking bodies are saying. Like, if y'all not willing to listen to your own goddamn bodies, how the fuck? I guess. If I can't get down to the ones willing to listen to their damn body's natural rhythm to be able to say no, and I get it. Like, oh, I ain't really nigga. It's some great everybody that's fucking stuck in this shit and trying to get out, and like I do need help because like them niggas on the other side, they didn't do shit. Like all of them, like nigga, every last one of them that done had a mic needs to be paying reparations. Like the reparations need to come from them. Like no matter what identities they took over there in Germany and Russia and with any of like all of that shit that they ran a story across and came down here with their damn skin color and ran their wealth up however they was gonna run it through us, like them jokers sold a damn love story to the tone of what? We ain't looking was like, yeah, based off at any point in time, like based off of what y'all saying, yeah, y'all be doing it that way to y'all, but like y'all did that to us. Like, was that the first place they went? Like, where did they go slaughter and come up with the story that it was to put on television that it was supposed to be theirs? Like, nigga, please. I ain't gotta respect nobody else's damn story. They ain't respecting mine. Like, Them people, black, nigga, the darker the berry, the deeper the root. And y'all wasn't here, so y'all ain't there either. Get that shit up out of here. Like, dig deeper. So that means that y'all shit is counterfeit. It's counterfeit. So like all them properties belong to me. Yeah. Get your ass out. I don't know where you supposed to go. Y'all ain't cared about us. Like, I guess they can have this shit here. Like, shit, I know my original walk was along the damn line. I'm the fucking native Pacific Islander. I'm the native fucking, I ain't claiming them, like, but since they wanted to steal my shit and act like it, well then, I'm gonna take it back. So, like, if I gotta, of course I had to take on one of their identities. Like, y'all wanted to give it to me, y'all wanted to take it, yep. So, check that shit off the board. I'm black, I'm Hispanic, I'm fucking, what else? They be having all of it, like, Alaskan. Like, then you gotta, are you Native Pacific Islander, Native Alaskan, Native Hawaiian? Are you part of the 50 territory? Get the fuck out of here. Like, nigga, all of it. Now what? Now what you gonna do is I'm all of it. Like, check. Asian. Like, yeah, nigga, check. That one, check. All my damn senses say that when nigga check. Like, check. We was gonna happen all over this damn place, however we wanted. We ain't need y'all to skip a beat for us. Like, we the heartbeat. How dare you? And then like you hear the story that like your parents was so fucked up and like nothing in your brain says like, oh my gosh, they was fucked up, let me do something right. Nigga, then who is you? How you gonna tell me you so fucking special and right? Whatever I said to the niggas at that school was right on time, and it was right on time. Like, I'm not about to sit here and tell me this goddamn lie. Well, like, well, did you go up there and convict him? Like, did y'all pay the judge to tell him that he should be convicted? Did y'all go up and use y'all fucking authority and power and say, oh, okay, like, they can't come down here because it's too close to home, nigga. Use me. Use goddamn me as a body of representatives. Like, the fucking cause of the harm was done over here. Why the fuck been like, if y'all so honorable from anybody, police officers and fucking white people, like anybody in any community to be like, we fucking saw what happened. And even though it was too triggering and traumatizing for all of us, like, a couple people can. I saw that shit happen on one of Tyler Perry movies, like, with Idris Elba and my girl, Gabby. You can't go wrong with Gabby. Like, I'm mad up and missing out on some of her stuff. I'm like, oh, and then like Meg over there, like, I'm like, damn, I want to watch TV, but I had fucking plans to watch TV like booed up. Like I wanted to watch some of my shit booed up with my man. Like I don't, let's have fun with what I want to watch. And also, it ain't gonna be with them. Like, so that means we need to step our damn game up. You crazy? No, no, I don't want to watch them. I don't want to watch them at all. And so, damn, what was I about to say about Gabby? What was she in? What movie was it? I don't know. Whatever I was about to say, like, y'all need to do better. Ooh, y'all need to do better. Y'all be so excited about, like, people. That just show me how fucked up we are, because y'all be, like, in the uproar about, like, people doing the shit that they supposed to do. Like, y'all mad because a man took care of, like, protected his daughter from you niggas? Like, you, nigga, like, whoever that is, that's why I'm out here gotta do it. That's why I gotta be so loud, because y'all niggas is mad. Like, nigga, what? Go play with your shit. Make sure it's still there. Like, ugh, y'all niggas is no matter who. Like, you be talking about you so, nigga. Oh, who kid do y'all be honoring for real? And be like, y'all's gonna be different. Get the fuck, you gonna get exactly what you asking for. Like, exactly what you are not asking for. Y'all don't know how this shit works yet? Yeah. I do. I say, you know what? You need to stop ahead when you get a sign. Hell yeah. Because, like, you decided to be acting was like, you know what? This nigga be playing too much. So I'm going to go ahead and, like, take Papa's seat before I end up with some shit that I don't. I'm working way too hard to end up with some shit. And even though I'm going to find the answer down there, yeah, like, okay. Yeah, I knew you was out there. Whatever they doing, don't do it. Like, and if I'm like, damn, I'm really starting to kick it, like, oh, I was telling them down there. And then to come up here, and like I said it down there, and like, can't nobody tell me shit about none of them. When I go to the doctor, like, I be wondering how they fucking telling me about shit that I ain't asked for. Like, I specifically came in and said, I don't want no non-hormonal drugs. And everything you tell me got the hormone in it because I'm looking at it. And y'all got me with the Paraguard once before, and I was like, I ain't even fucking, but it was a good deal if I was, like, a newlywed. Like, oh, I ain't ready to pop this shit off for a minute, and I'm gonna have to make sure that the rest of my shit is, like, able to sustain this for as long as it can. Because, like, I gotta get back to getting you out of here, like, when I'm ready. And it's gonna be, like, I can't keep you in long. So I knew that whenever I was introducing something to me, it was gonna have to be a cycle. Like, I'm gonna have to get it how I live it. At some point, like, I gotta figure all this other shit out because I gotta take it out of my body. So yeah, I be doing research because I'm the damn test subject. Like, and like all the shit they be doing be unnecessary. You wanna, even today, they like, you wanna do a procedure? No. Hell no. No, thank you. Like, what y'all so scared to die? Well, I can see why y'all so scared to die. Y'all wondering, like, if y'all can do extra credit or some shit now. Like, is it extra credit? Like, I've been trying to stay, no, whatever you trying to stay on here for, like, I guess whatever is coming, y'all gonna need that shit. Like, yep, y'all gonna need it. All that sights and scenes and wonders and all that. Like, it ain't have to be a wonderment if your ass would have just said, no, thank you. No, thank you. Nigga, boom. Like, if I put y'all niggas down, like, who else coming for y'all if you discovered it? If you the first one out here, and next I just know to be ready with their asses to pop that shit off. Like, all y'all shit is damn superficial and superstitious and fucking supernatural. Well, ain't no super in that. That shit is just GMO. All that shit is GMO. No wonder you can't figure it out. Like, you can't do it. It's okay to say you can't do it. It's okay to cry. Like, shit. No wonder Trump said, like, hey, leave them. Everybody go home. Like, so they can figure it out for themselves. Like, who y'all think is coming to save y'all? You do it. You do it. And then I'm just like, so I know I dreamt that a long time ago, like, or I hit it as a thought, like, oh, okay, so they really wanted that shit, like, to pop off, like, they gonna knock his ass out the box, like, if he really going against anybody's true agenda, they gonna pop his ass like they don't pop anybody else. He ain't special, like, I don't know. He another one of their damn kids, like, they pop their asses off in no time when they want to, just for each other. So if y'all think he gonna get in there and do anything different, and like, shit, they got his ass, whatever promo he get, whatever free promo or whatever tax benefits or whatever the fuck he getting, like, it's beneficial. It's mutually beneficial. They politics are mutually beneficial for them and placed in a position to where, like, you gonna always work for them. They don't want to fucking work. They done been born to this bitch with a silver spoon. Like, well, with the gold and the silver and the minerals, you think that they gonna say, like, no? Hell no. And when they get them a woman, like, depending on how much fucking it benefits them, they gonna then whatever. Like, that shit ain't fucking hard. That shit ain't hard at all. Unless it is. And I'm like, whenever I see hard, I'm like, well, if we gonna go out, I'm gonna go out. Like, nigga, you don't get to bitch me out for no, nigga, fuck you. Like, who I'm bending over for? Like that. Like, nah, no, I'll pass. They need to misuse all their words. Fucking bitch. They're fine. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye, bye. Like, where you thinking their ass is all the way up. Like, how you gonna tell them that they can't tell you what to say when that's exactly what the fuck they doing? And then they introduce different laws to make sure that you abide by the rules of their fucking contracts. Like, what? Yeah. Cause y'all niggas trying to get smart. Y'all think y'all gonna come in from here and like take control of what their parents sacrificed and gave for them? Like, their parents fucking shelved y'all down idle somehow, like, whatever it was. Cause I know that Bill Cosby came up somewhere back there, and I was just like, hey, I don't even care about that shit. The only thing that I cared about, or that I didn't even care about, that I fucking commented on, was that, like, regardless of who the hell he is, or what he is, or to TV, or the pub, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Like, it's entertainment, and if it's entertainment, like, or whatever, like, it's on some shit that we really don't need, for real. Like, why do I need that to be my only example of anything? Like, what was good once, at one point, that shit became obsolete, like, real quick. Like, nigga, this ain't the fucking, alright, like, even when I said that shit back then, that ain't it. Like, until it become a reality, I ain't about to use this as my escape. It was their escape. Like, if they escaping, they told me. So I I said the same thing that I said back then. Like, ain't nobody gonna tell me that the way they be hanging, that y'all be saying that they be hanging niggas and killing niggas for less. Like, y'all let a black man just swoop around the world and on all the white women back then. Like, and the only time I was like, well, it could be some truth to it was when it was brought to me that, like, there was a black woman on there. And I'm like, oh, okay, like, alright, well, I guess she can get, like, I would probably look into her shit. And then, if I did, and then it was like, what else? It was that, and it was mostly that. And then it was like, oh, when somebody was saying, like, a lot of them white men was doing shit, I'm like, yeah, he still was a black guy. Like, and if they wanted to use that shit over him to pop his ass upside the head, like when he started thinking that he was too much one of them, well, that's exactly what they would have did. Like, no matter what he was dipping in, if he wasn't dipping into what they was dipping into, well, then if somebody was, he was a perfect scapegoat. And if you made yourself a scapegoat, then I guess shit, it ain't nothing nobody can do. You made yourself a scapegoat. You had to know that that was gonna happen. You had to be ready for them to play your fucking game. Like, you had to be ready. Like, you should have something ready to go, and you should know your ass gonna have to sit down. And I don't really know how this shit go. Like, but that's what I thought back then, and it's what I was thinking now. And I was like, and it ain't got nothing to do, like I said, with him being Bill Cosby. I don't care about that. Like, I run the buck with Bill Cosby probably like everybody else did. Probably more than y'all did for real, but whatever, like, however I read it, I don't remember that shit. It was too long ago. And it wasn't really a big, like, I was like, okay, and reasons that was being given, even when that I quoted was like, NBC, anything that they ever have us put in better light. I'm like, yep, that sounds like it could have been reasonable. Does it necessarily mean that, like, you can get away with doing some shit? No. And then when you start putting other lenses on it, I'm like, yeah, all right. Well, if you want to start treating them like they was treating us, then, and saying it don't matter unless it's one of ours, then there's that. Like, there's that. And what does it mean when I say it doesn't matter? Well, the same thing y'all be meaning. Like, y'all ain't got to go out and do nothing outside of, like, run the block a couple times if it's from 3 to 5, or do your job a little bit for free, or, you know, whatever y'all got in place where y'all can help, where it's not too helpful, not too restricting, not anything that's going to, like, leave your ass out in the red or in the cold, and, like, nothing that's going to push your Billy Bob off the race. Because even though it's a lot of other unscrupulous people out there, like, y'all like to look out for y'all neighbors, you know, the good ones. Good fucking whatever. We ain't your neighbors. No matter what community we ain't your neighbors. And then, like, some of y'all just need to keep tabs on us to make sure that, like, we don't get too far over. That's why I'm like, when you're doing business, y'all better be careful. I probably would not do that. And that's me, based on my experience. Like, you know, I understand that, like, even when they was talking about, like, young black boys, like, well, they in a suburban area and they get, you know, and I'm like, yeah, that's adequate. That's accurate and adequate. And that's cool. Like, okay. I ain't even about to say nothing about that, because everybody's shit is everybody's shit. Whatever you're exposing to is going to be whatever. And, like, I guess if that's beneficial for somebody, it's probably usually them and their family and all of them and one of us. Like, we just crowded at their fucking door. Like, and the more I got into, like, the more I changed my diet and, like, really started being on my food grind, like my medicine woman damn journey on, like, my healing journey, and it went out into my food, trying to tell me, nigga, what? So many of these restaurants now, like, they so damn artificial and fucking waste of time and money. Like, who the fuck are y'all doing anything from? Like, these niggas sold me some food that was fucking from a can? Like, I went to eat at a couple West Indian restaurants, or no, like a couple ethnic restaurants when I was down, when COVID first happened. Or not even, it was happening already before COVID. Like, going to eat at a couple places and like the food quality. I'm like, these niggas gave me some goddamn beans from a can? Like, this shit tastes like, and I don't even eat canned greens because, like, even glory greens and shit got all that pork in it, or like, I read all the instructions, and even if they say it ain't something, like, no, it be something else in here. And sometimes they'll say it's like vegetarian or vegan or something, and then they have like some fucking chicken broth or beef, or like, nigga, what? Something tasting, it's like, nigga, then it ain't. It ain't animal free. Like, and it ain't vegan. It ain't vegetarian. However, they be getting away with the wordplay. So, but it feel like the more I started putting them niggas out, the more damn sensitive my palate became. I started liking stuff that I just do not like. Like, I hated okra. And then, like, one day, like, some years later, I'm like, oh, I like it, and I eat it a lot, and I incorporate it in my diet often. So some of y'all be so worried about getting gold stars for their asses, like, we gonna give them a gold star. Why we giving niggas gold stars for, like, ruining us? What? Y'all like steady, like one nigga, one of them can eat at our cookout for like whatever, while like the ones that's like really doing something is like supposed to be kicked outside. Nigga, y'all can have it. All that shit, like, yeah, y'all can have it. Y'all can have it. No matter what, my ass is black because I've been in this bitch. Blackity motherfucking black. Every side of me is black. I'm what the Black Valley girl would be. I'm the black fucking. I'm me. I'm black. Ain't nobody gotta fucking tell me how to be. I'm me. Whatever you see when you get me. It's just who I am. My fucking skin is black. So I'm represent black. Bet on black, red or green. Wherever it is on the planet, you gonna win. You just gotta make sure that your shit is right. You got enough to keep up. I'll be worried about keeping up with a life that ain't a fucking life. Like, y'all holding on to this shit to get a death grip. Y'all can't let nothing go over, period. And the ones for y'all fucking lack of responsible ass baby boomers and stuff, how dare y'all be fucking so disrespectful? Like, all y'all older civil rights, I don't even care. Like, oh, y'all so disrespectful. Y'all are so disrespectful to the fucking youth, to anything different, to actual success. Like, what y'all scared? Y'all secrets gonna start coming out when, like, niggas start going the opposite way? Because y'all be holding on to shit with such a tight grip. I'm like, what they hiding? Like, we know y'all niggas was cheating. We know y'all probably got missing kids. We know y'all probably was, like, doing some of the same shit they was doing, but not even at any good level, because, like, nigga, they was moving up people, and, like, y'all was, like, moving us over into clubs, and okay, like, okay, so, like, we came up in entertainment, and what else? Like, everybody was just gonna practice over here for that, y'all ain't even, y'all telling us not to be smart. Like, or I guess it could be like, hey, we gonna teach you about the money and like basic shit, like how to read the contract, or if you can't, you gonna have somebody come in the room with you and get this shit done. Like, at least have people that's qualified and that you trust, that's trustworthy, and it's fucked up that like we don't even get to trust us. Like, nigga, if y'all know that they ain't putting us in school right, and one of our people over here, like, we cool in the classroom side, but then what about on the business side? Like, are y'all making sure that y'all got some niggas that ain't gonna be scantless every time? Like, you come around and ain't gonna have no expectations that like you gotta do anything outside of whatever y'all agreed to on the contract. And the first time that like the nigga don't want to share pussy, y'all get mad. Like, no, y'all been sampling all kind of shit. Like, she off limits. Yeah, she was too. Like, what y'all gotta go over there for? You wasn't even looking over there. Like, get out of the way. Move. I'm here. Y'all don't even be wanting to let nobody go. Y'all be like, I gotta kill it. Well, what the fuck you gotta kill it for? Like, you just wanting it, right? You just thought it was so perfect that you wanted it back and everything. And then, all of a sudden, it became something different. For me, that's how shit felt. But not, it didn't. Like, I didn't want it. I'm like, no. I've been going through a lot of stuff. And I'm like, I ain't really want anything back once I hit a certain corner. I was just like, alright, like everything was what I thought it was gonna be at the end of the day. Yeah, sometimes like we don't end with the same people we started with for whatever reason, and I know like I ain't have enough fucking information to make some choices on my own. Like, this shit is different. This shit is new and different even by my standards, and I see it as other people out here and they been doing other shit, like they family been checking on them and or not, you know, like I ain't staying in constant communication with too many people on the way, which is to be expected. Like, I'm used to that. And then when I get stable, like it changed for a minute, and then like that shit never changed back in like no form. I'm like, okay, I'm over here, like. So I understand people not want to talk and shit all the time. I be like that too. Like, and then it's like, all of a sudden I'm supposed to understand, like, well, we ain't never talking. And it's cool if you going ghost, like, I guess, even though it's not, like, nigga, you could say I don't want to talk to you no more after it's been, like, so long. Like, that's just common sense. It's just like, in a few days, and alright, like, whatever. But if somebody called a couple times, do you say, like, you know what? I am not interested. Because that's what I do. That's what I did. Like, I don't need nobody to have no extra issues. Like, at this age, we know that we got motherfucking trauma for whatever it is. I'm very aware of how much trauma and shit that I've been passed along. And, nigga, I don't need to push that back on nobody. So, when shit happened, like, I reached back out, whether or not I felt it mattered or anything. I'm just like, whatever I'm feeling in this moment, I can push through and say, look, it's not me, it's you. But it's me in case you need it to be. Like, whatever it needs for you to be, whatever you need it to be in this moment, it's me. If you need it to be me, it's me. If you need it to be you, it's you. Like, whatever gets you through this moment. Cause I ain't doing this shit at all. No more. Cat was the longing. Like, you mean to tell me, no matter what else is happening, if this is what's been going on, like, I've been letting this shit fly for a long time with the hopes of it ending in something else, and it's been perfectly fine for me. And then when that shit hit the roof, it was like, nigga, it's not only this that ain't fine, ain't nothing else fine. That's because everybody left. Like, everybody got to get out with one person. Because everybody had the same fear. Everybody had the same fucking signature spot when it came down to staying in my life. And I don't really have, think I really had to like peek through the mud. It was just like, okay, like a landslide. Like, it keeps sliding, sliding, sliding. And oh, here we are. Like, damn, I got down here quick. I just expected that's all shit it is for real. So, a lot of people be talking shit, but they don't really be cool and friends. Like, y'all don't really be cool with each other for real. Like, or make y'all do not in a way that I'm acceptable and want to be responsible for. Y'all be doing all kind of matches and shit on each other. It's gonna light each other up. I don't really think it's beneficial. Like, what? And I can tap a couple notes too when I need to. Hey, I don't want to talk about this shit. I came over here just to share the damn Moses and David shit because it came through. Like, every scene was in there. I'm like, okay, girl, what we talking about? Like, what's going on? But y'all gonna talk whenever y'all want to. So, okay. Ooh, I just got out the shower. I needed that water. I needed that water all on my body. So, I don't know. I don't have anything else to say. Oh, that's been 2 hours since I've been in the shower. Almost. Yeah, no, probably about 2 hours. I think I started it. I'm so gorgeous. Hey, girl. Hi. Um, yeah, it's hurtful. It's so hurtful to see like damn, like ain't nobody standing up for black women like across the board. And so that white people analogy hit me real quick. And I remember like wanting to go to like Australia so bad. Like, oh my gosh, as a kid, like it was a couple places that I had on my wish list. Turkey, Australia, um, where else? Where else? Sudan. I think Ethiopia. Like as a kid. Probably Kenya. Like for a long time. And I almost made it to Turkey. And then when I actually found out about like the way Australia treats the true indigenous people, not only have they massacred their own indigenous, as so many have. Like, the fact that like they've put rules into place that makes them have to travel outside their homelands ever so often. Like, nigga, what? And how they even are allowed to have forces in this land and anything that keeps us out of anything. Like, nigga, you here as a goddamn favor to the gods, for real. Like, you didn't have nowhere else to fucking go. How dare you ever now be so insidious and so disrespectful, so blatantly disrespectful to my people and my land? Like, does it have to be such collective bloodshed? Although it can get that way, but like, hasn't it been enough? Y'all are not honoring any fucking anything original, any contract, any language, any like, the dirtiest of the dirt that y'all niggas fucking tap into at the fucking most vulnerable is moment, with most sacred rites and rituals, most you don't have like no you don't have any just sacred honor of your own without somebody having to point it out to you, and like, I don't know what you guys call fairy tales in other lands. Like, no honor amongst thieves. So all y'all niggas was thieves. Like, that nigga stumbled on the land of his fucking brethren somewhere that was high and under the bush, just waiting. Like, that nigga must have felt the energy of the people that he sent ahead of time. Like, the fuck was the energy? Where did you come from? Where was he from? Spain? Because that was interesting. Because, like, I loved Rocco. And I remember, like, as I was being taught a lesson about, like, the sacredness of the Quran and how racism did not belong in the Quran or in Islam, the holiest of holies. And I'm just like, yeah, that must mean that y'all not from here, like I've been saying, because like, I'm pretty sure like Spain right there, right? Like, I'm looking at her. Is your granddaddy or somebody decided that like they wanted what was over here that didn't belong to them? And even on a research night, because now you telling me stuff and I'm like, yes, you are telling the truth. I'm aware that it shouldn't belong. It's not supposed to belong in here. I'm very aware of that, like the sacredness of the Quran, and like that it's supposed to be enough to where I knew that I wanted to read it in the original language, and or be having somebody that I truly trusted that knew that like could translate it for me from the language. But like, it had to be like such a sacred connection for that, like, because I needed them to like have been interacting with like the native land and the native people and just different tribes, because I needed to I'm like, it needs to come through organically. So then when I'm looking up like the tribes of the Berber, and they get dark, they're dark. Like when I'm hitting on these different lands, and it's like, oh, they're darker. They're darker. Like, and just like how my damn soul lights up when it's like, oh my goodness, hi. When I recognize another me in a land, but like the me that's been cultivated there as it's supposed to be, I'm like excited. And also, I don't have no problem with them either when it's done correctly. And I'm like, it must be them. Like the first chance you get to be derogatory. And I've been thinking about like the ritual that took place when I was in Madagascar, and like I knew it was some things I had wanted to like research when I was learning when I was because I came down like afterwards because I was under the impression that like his wife's dad had passed over, so I was under the impression that it was like a ceremony for him, and so I was like leaving the family to do their first part, and then coming down later when like it wouldn't be intrusive for me to be there. That's kind of how I felt, and I even been like in awe of just like how many different sacred, honorable festival days and traditions that I've taken part of. I heard one of my nieces say, "Oh, you give us not enough credit of being connected to you. You little bitch." All right. You don't ever want to be on camera. So I can be on camera through you. You said, I'm always thinking about you, girl. You just back there with all the rest of them. Like, bring your way to the front when you want to come to the front. It's like teacher's pet. We heard a lot of stuff that was happening back there. Ain't nobody getting nothing much across me if I can't damn participate in what's being said. Like, I mean, sometimes they get me, but I don't know how many times we gonna be like, you ain't gonna keep catching me off guard, damn it. So, if you wanted to know my unbridled thoughts, you have had almost a year of getting them, and I have really went almost a year without getting my damn hair twisted. And I'm like, damn, I should have just twisted it back there, but I ain't want to. I didn't know it was gonna be this long, and like, huh, I just gotta figure out what parts need to be retwisted because I don't really be caring about the parts for real. Like my parts don't have to be straight, but I got like a whole bunch of new growth, and I had cut one of my locks off because it was too thin. So then that made me real excited that I had doubled them up. That I let them stick as I did. And then doubled some of them back then.